How we started off like that? I always end up clicking the wrong thing. We're trying to be quick. Like, oh, I should have had it set us ahead of time. What's good? What's good? What's good? Where everybody at? Move that out of the way. Is it out of the way? No. What up, my boy? What's good, man cave? What's cracking like it? What you up to, my boy? Oh, what's good?
2 seconds left.
This is Shadow. Saludos, saludos back to you, my boy. Jesus up in the building. What's good, my boy? What's cracking like it? What you up to? Youngster, the mobster. What's good, food? Chilling right here. What's up with you, my boy? What's cracking? Oh, the real one. What up, Vato? Saludos, G. Here at work, Vato. That's right, my boy. Getting that Skrilla. What you work at? What you do for the holiday? Oh, South Central born. That's right. Straight out the Sur Central. Oh, what's up, homie? Tapping in from work. That's right. Homie always getting that paper. Literally, homie's always at work. San Fernando Valley Rays, of course, my boy. You already know. Vallero, true Vallero. What's going on today? Chilling, my boy. What's good with you, 831? Have you seen that Norteño cipher? Yeah. Well, yesterday somebody had mentioned it on here. And we're supposed to do a reaction to it. I think tomorrow. But I haven't scoped it out. But I shot it to homie already. Portland made. What's good? What's good? Big chillin'. That's right. Oh, what up, my boy? Drunken Chef up in the building. Go subscribe to Drunken Chef's channel. He's a cook who gets down, homie. Homie's videos be making a homie hungry. Hear about the Raiders receivers today. Nah, I didn't scope that out. What's up? Oh, the realist 213. What's good with you, my boy? Hey, M.O.D. What's good with you, large and on the charge? Oh, large and on the charge. I like that. Large and on the charge. Sock chick, fool. What up, my boy? Chilling. Right here. What's good with you, my boy? Fabian D right there. Hit the like early in the game, ladies and gents. Yeah, that's right. Hey, yeah, hit the likes. It helps out the channel. They sound pretty good. What's up, G? When are you gonna cook again? Actually, I got some cooking what's coming. They coming. We got some good ideas, to line up, to give people maybe, some new fresh ideas. Cause I know everyone gets tired of eating the same shit over and over again. People want to try new shit. It says people sometimes don't want to try new shit because they think it's gonna come out bad, but that's not necessarily true. For all you know, it could come out fucking like chingon. You're never gonna know until you try. Saludos, homie, out of Pomona. That's right, Pomona up in the building. How high are your socks? Actually, I do wear long socks, so pretty high. I only wear long socks. Knee highs, my boy. Who wear knee highs? Didn't the Raiders receiver kill someone in a car accident when he was drunk? Damn, J.R. Smith?
That's
Shit.
the one we seen on the news today, babe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was from the Raiders? Oh, shit. Another J.R. Smith. What was for dinner? Carnalito. Tacos de birria. Serio, we ate some tacos de birria. Those shits were bomb. They had a homie like, ugh, stuffed like a motherfucker. Shout out to my stepdaughter, Maxine. Wish her a happy birthday. Hey, shout out to Maxine. Happy birthday from your father right there. That's right, my boy. Ain't nothing better than to be there for your kids, homie. You know what I mean? From Jay Wabbit right there. So shout out to his daughter. And I wish her a happy birthday. You know what I mean? That's right. What you sipping on? Oh, King Cobra, my boy. You already know, Drunken Chef. You got Instagram, G? Hey, what's our Instagram, babe?
The same as your name.
MC Shadow M.O.D. is the Instagram. What a Shadow from Idaho. That's right, Idaho up in the building. How's it over there in Idaho? Cold as hell, huh? Saludos out of Sun Valley or Simi Valley or there's a lot of SVs. Sunnyville. Any of those? Hey, homie, I want to check out your merch. And there's no. Oh no! I haven't gotten the yeah, I haven't gotten the homie about that yet. Who's winning? 18th Street or F13? Who's winning? 18th Street or F13? And winning in what? They're in competition in something? I didn't know. Depends. Like what? Like in I wouldn't know what the because we all take L's right here. I don't know about any winners. It was rough.
Was that real? Yeah. It's nervous.
I need some fresh ideas. Shoot them this way.
So you have
Serio, my boy? Oh, I got plenty of ideas, homie. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to try new things. Do a video on football teams turn virals, my boy. There's plenty. Oh, I know. Almost the majority of them. Because the majority of them were like that. Like, I would say maybe like about 60% of them. Which is a lot. Damn, tacos de birria. Nah, my hyena loves me. Huh, baby?
what?
That you love me.
Of course. Psych.
That didn't sound like I didn't feel no love in that. What up, my boy? What's good with you, Johnny? Are you going to watch UFC? When is it? This Saturday? No, they have like a. It looks pretty. The cards look all right. They look all right. The only thing that I hate about UFC fights is that when you order them, is that some fucking fights end like with one punch knockouts. Like, oh man, like this is what the Fedia went for. Yeah, that reminds me of what happened with J.R. Smith. The one from the NBA. The same thing happened. Like he was racing, or I don't know if he was speeding, and he crashed, and his homie died. It was in the passenger. Like he took stop signs, he took lights and everything, and homie apologized, and they said it's all right, and bam, that fool paid the fine, and easy as that.
It's all foggy now, Mom.
America, ladies and gentlemen. If your wallet's fat enough, you can get away with anything. Ain't that the truth? The almighty dollar. Those are facts. But they say that the justice system is flawless, that it works evenly across the board, that there's no favoritisms, and I don't know what, I guess. Then they be saying that I be making this shit up like deal. There's only one Sol Valle. That's right. Whoa. Actually, there's a lot of hoods that use SV, like Simi Valley, like Sunnyville. There's several, but yeah, you're right. There's only one Sun Valley. East Los, what up, homie? To you and your family. That's right, Danny Gomez right there. Shout out to all of East Los. Did you ever do North and South with Stone Life Production, G? Nah, I don't think I have done Stone Life. Nah, I would have remembered that. I don't think so. Stone Life Production? That's my first time hearing of them. Oh, wait, who do these guys? No. Because the other one's Nord, no? Like NOR? I think that's the name of their group, no? If I'm not mistaken. East Side 13th Street is winning. That's right, my boy. I was born in Southgate, Huntington Park. That's right, homie. Out these Roombos. Out these boondocks. Get on Converse Perspective Live. Nah, my boy, I don't associate myself with those channels. You know what I mean? I do me, and I let them do them. You know what I mean? I got nothing against those channels or nothing. I'm not throwing no shade or nothing like that. It's just the way I conduct myself. We're not allowed to associate ourselves with like those kind of channels. You know what I mean? How's your night going? It's going. Feed me, my boy. How's yours? Canelo fight this week. Canelo's gonna mop the floor, my boy. Canelo's got this in the bag. Not even he's got it on a lockdown. On Saturday. Just right here chilling. That's right. Get your hands on the black box. Them free pay-per-views on that black box. Shh, that was a shit right there. Oh, we love you. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. What's up? Have you ever heard of oxtail? Yeah, oxtail's good. Have you cooked it before? Like if you make that in a beef stew, oh my boy, that's the best part. You ain't lying on me. Stay up, my boy. Hey, likewise, Johnny Garcia. The war since the 90s. Well, you can't really say that it's like the war because they go at they go to war with everybody about equally the same. You know what I mean? They don't have like I guess like let's say like this like concentrate on them type battle. You know what I mean? Maybe outside of California, yeah, because both neighborhoods exist outside of California, and since they have their beefs, maybe that's why you know it's looked upon like there's like a guerra between them two. But since over here in Southern California, there's so many other neighborhoods to also worry about that it doesn't allow them to concentrate on each other as much as let's say Washington or like or those kind of states. Um, you know what I mean? What do you do? A interview with Lucky from Hoodstock Show? Yeah, I don't see why not. Homie Solid, no? The homie from Highland Park, no? Yeah, homie's chingon. I actually started really watching his channel. And that's only because people right here were like, hey, you should. I didn't even know who Hoodstocks was. And so people started leaving it right here and I scoped it out. And yeah, pretty good content. I seen that they had you know, some good
It doesn't even say what they had.
life's a risk, homie. Yes, it is. Like Crucito said. Or was it Miklo? No, was it Gallo Negro, no? Life's a risk, carnal. Nor is a record label. Oh, there you go. Nor is a record label. Hey, well, they've been releasing some fire music, man. Suffolk 310 up in the building. Jump on. No, why I already said that I can't, my boy. You know what I mean? You from Tres Puntos or La Onda? The big VGV, like Chuco said. Jump on the live. Nah, I rather the way I conduct myself. There's more things that mean to me than subscribers and stuff like that. I got my dignity and my honor. You know what I mean? I just can't associate myself with those kind of channels. You know what I mean? What up? From Westside Alhambra, do a video. Most active. I don't. Oh, that's right, Westside Alhambra. From nowadays. Well, everyone's still like pretty active, from what I see. You know what I mean? Pomona Soul Sounds. Pomona Soul Sounds in the casa. Cubo homeboy. What's good with you, my boy? That's right, Pomona Soul Sounds. I like the way that sounds. That's dope. That sounds chingon. Soul Sound. That'd be a good like name for like a record group label. Do you think Southgate is more active than your neighborhood and in North Hollywood? It's about the same. You know what I mean? Like everywhere, literally, like when you head down to these like neighborhoods and blocks, everywhere's about the same. You know what I mean? It's about roughly the same for like those who really know the areas and know like what's cracking. You will see it. Because it's not like before where you used to drive down any street and you see like 30 motherfuckers on the corner. Those times are over. Nowadays the laws don't allow that to occur. It's not like how it was before. I think homies forget that. You know what I mean? Before you were able to stand out there 40 heads, they wouldn't be able to tell you a goddamn thing. You can't do that shit no more. They'll just sweep you up like that. Before how the laws were, they weren't allowed just to do that kind of shit. You feel me? I'm a sureño. I'm a sureño and a norteño. You're a surteño? The homie JJ just confessed he's a surteño. What were you doing? No whole shooting in the night. Across the street, stuck at the Payless Shoes. And we were stuck there for a long ass time, and it was hot like a motherfucker. And that's no lie, because they had to close that, that shit down, and they had to lock it and everything like that, because, nobody knew what was going on. Bullets were ricocheting. It was crazy. Did you ever meet homie from Modesto? Did you ever meet homies from Modesto? Yeah, Modesto, yeah. Do you have? No, I haven't cooked it yet. I just picked some the other day. Oh yeah, that's just bomb, my boy. Yeah, this music is pretty cool. They have some. Yeah, no, they get down. They get down. Like I said, I can't hate. Like when shit sounds good, my boy, I gotta give it to them. You know what I mean? It sounds good. Alright. Baggy pants making a comeback. I don't think so. They left. I didn't realize that they left. Like I know people wear skinny jeans, but I think it's over exaggerated. Like not everybody wears skinny jeans. Like like people wear skinny jeans, but I think it's over exaggerated. Like there's not really that many homies out there in skinny jeans. Like there is, but I think it's over exaggerated. And to me, it doesn't matter. I don't give a damn what size of pants of motherfuckers wear. As long as he puts it down. As long as he puts it down, that's all I care about. Question shadow Southside. Oh, Southsiders down south from Califas be fucking against each other. There ain't no unity amongst yourselves. No, right here there is no unity. Right here, um, and right here everybody beefs it with each other, my boy. Like mandatory if you're from a hood from down here, you beef it with at least minimum of 10 other barrios that are sureño barrios. The minimum of every neighborhood out there, the minimum you beef it with is at least 10 barrios, and they're all sureño barrios. We beef it with like 40, so that should already let you know. But other hoods, the minimum that they beef it with is like about 10. I don't think that there's a neighborhood out there that only beefs with like 4 hoods or 5. I think it's more. From what I have talked to, like camaradas, yeah, it's minimum of 10 at least. And those are the facts. That's who homies are keeping trucha for and hunting and going at it with pure sureños. You know what I mean? And you could end up in another individual's hood, bless you, that you don't beef it with. But it doesn't mean that you're guaranteed that everything's cool. You know what I mean? Like their homies could be feeling some type of way or some shit like that, and then they just start tripping. And that's just the way it is, carnal. It's crazy. I think it's an issue happening with no hard label because of this. It's going between the feds and the states. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about their politics, but well, está cabrón. You know what I mean? It's rough when you tie yourself to that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be rough. You know what I mean? Mala Records. Never heard of that one. Are they from up north too, or Salas Califas? Base, Salinas, River State Beach, West Coast. Saludos. That's right. Saludos to Salinas out there, holding it down. Salas. I'm from the ATC. I stay in the valley on Langdon. Saludos from the valley. That's right, my boy. Shout out to the alley tiny criminals. It's the homies right there. All right, so you stay right there in Langdon's. All right, by Orion, no? By Nordoff and all that. Sepulveda, Orion and all that. Saludos from Paris. That's right, Paris up in the building. Paris, California. Oh, Sneaky Beanie up in the house. What's good with you, my boy? Look, homie, keep doing what you doing. Keep your head up, feed man. What you do here for us, respect to you and your family. Good night, homie. Hey, gracias, Danny Gomez. I appreciate that, homie. And likewise, Apple Valley, Cali. That's right. The Via isn't as active as before. It doesn't compared to the 90s, early 2000s. I think it's pretty much watered down everywhere nowadays. Well, right now the valley is because there's a mandatory peace treaty, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, everywhere it is watered down. The laws changed. Not only has the law changed, but technology has changed. You know what I mean? Um, Before, remember, you would bust a holly, whatever. There wasn't as much cameras. Now there's cameras everywhere. Everywhere there's cameras. You know what I mean? Before there wasn't like that, and it's crazy to think back that um back in like the 90s and 80s, like you barely had only pagers, homie. So like cell phones weren't even. I mean, there was some cell phones, but like the big old black ones that only like military or like the wealthy use, and they had no cameras or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And the only people that had cameras was like you had to be able to. It wasn't like nowadays where you have Amazon, like you can get a camera for like I don't know, like $40 or some shit like that. It wasn't like that before. You know what I mean? So you hardly had cameras. Businesses couldn't afford cameras. But now shit, you get a camera for like $10. Everyone has cameras. There's cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't hide from nothing now. Um, you know what I mean? Easy those easy riders up in the house. That's right. What's good with you, Chubbs? What up, homie? Chucky Tortilla Flats. That's right. Harbor area. Tortilla Flats up in the building. Saludos, Anaheim. Jeffrey Street. That's right. The Tijuanitas.
Where are you watching from?
Travieso. Right there representing for that JST. Everyone is net banging and fools getting caught on camera. Yeah, that's because everyone records themselves. Like my boy, if we go bust a holler, my boy, and if a homie takes out his cell phone, oh man, we're gonna stop that car and that fool's gonna get an ass whooping. Like that stuff you don't do. You don't do that. I have never heard of me going with my homies and somebody be like, hold on. Before you light that fool up, let me press record. Like what the fuck? Hey homie, if I would have a chance to go back to the past or go forward to the future, what would hey homie, if you would have a chance to go back in the past or go forward in the future, what would you choose and why? If I could choose to go back in the past or the future, where would I go to and why? I would want to go to choose obviously the past, uh to society's first like when currency first hit like when currency first hit like the scene, to know what was the motive behind it, if it made logical sense, like why was all of a sudden now, because before people used to live off the land, right? You had your wood, you would hunt for your food, everyone had their own thing, you know what I mean? Like where did it come when people decided all of a sudden, like, this is my land, that you stay on that side, if you want some of this you have to give me some of that, and like, yeah, I'm gonna start charging you, you know what I mean? Like what was the purpose behind all of that, like what was the real motive, getting to understand these individuals and what their true intentions were, even though I más o menos kind of know, you know what I mean? But like that, because honestly, I think that all the desmadre that has ever happened in civilization in general goes back to currency. You know what I mean? Because money hasn't always existed. People used to live fine back then. You know what I mean? There was enough food.
That's
There
what
was
you
a
go back to?
yeah.
Oh, God.
Why? What would you go back to?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Just to like see, like all of that. Because that's what piques my curiosity. Homie, I like your channel. Hey, gracias, Carlos Torres. I honestly think Maggie Pants will make a comeback, just not to the extent of what size back in the days. I use size 50s. That's my size. Well, not my size, but this is the size that I use. But I understand what you mean, my boy. Where you from, G? I'm from Bradford, my boy. North Hollywood area. Where? Where East Los Easy Riders Hood? It's right there on Olympic and Indiana by the gyms. By the gyms burger. By like that by that zone. I know they be going at it right there, machine with like the King Cobras and like the Indiana Dukes. Should be cracking. No lie. Jeffrey Street, what up with your homie Wicked? Alright. I haven't seen the homies from the. I haven't. I haven't seen the homie for the.
Don't worry, Bob Ross is not here.
Uh, what up with Callejones?
Don't worry, Bob Ross is not here.
Hey, the Callejones were cracking before. Now they're expensive, homie.
You haven't even went to one.
I know, but the last time we were there, it wasn't as cheap as it used to be. I was like, what the hell happened? Got expensive. There's goods wherever you move, homie, no matter what. Yeah, that's true. That's real talk. OGs, check it. And from Pomona, that's right. Pomona up in the building. Shout out to Shadow for giving the world knowledge about our culture and the way of life. I wish it's all the best blessings, homie, and stay up. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate the support.
Babe, when you whisper like that, it sounds like if you're running out of air.
Really?
Yeah.
How can you beef it in the streets but be cool in the county? There's no tensions when fluency 18 on the mainline. The reason why
How did he die?
is because I'm gonna put it to you like this. There's a lion and a hyena in the jungle. The lion and the lion is most likely gonna bomb on the hyena. You know, he's gonna attack the hyena. He's gonna maul it to death. Get what I'm saying? Now, back to the jungle again. If there's a lion and there's 50 hyenas, the lion is not gonna attack. Not because the lion's not scared, not because the lion's scared, because the lion's not stupid. You know what I mean? The lion doesn't choose to attack the pack because it's not stupid. It's not that it's afraid, it's just that it won't. If the hyenas choose to advance, the lion will defend itself. But the lion won't strike because he is not stupid. That is the reason why stuff happens the way it happens. You get what I mean? You have to apply by those rules because those are the rules that are set. You know what I mean? By organizations in there. You have no say so. You get what I mean? But that is why.
I like being on the other side.
That's just how it is. But you know, that way maybe people could understand it like that. That's the best way I could explain it. Oh, what's good, Flaco? What's cracking like it? I don't know if you can speak on it, but did you ever meet Big Deer?
Fire in the hole!
Yeah. Yeah, I can touch on that, my boy. I asked my homie in prison why you still fucking prison pocket when
I'm getting tripped.
why you still
double.
tucking. Why you just text it? Longos don't play. Hell nah. Them fools be right there clapping it up. Not much G showing some Eastside love to you in your channel G. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. What's good, carnal? Yeah, the Braves. Yeah, I just seen that they won. I seen Clown Loke's channel. He was putting it up. Hey, well, they did the thing. They did the thing. You know what I mean? I can't say they didn't. You know what I mean? They earned it. So did the Dodgers, but I mean, you know what I mean? Because remember, the Astros didn't cheat. That one was won with all those games as well. Remember, you got to think about that. I guess you haven't looked at my message. The G Life episode 12 wrong and one of
She said, give me coins!
put up. All right, I'll scope that out. I'll go look to see what's cracking. Saludos to everyone. That's right. What's good, Shadow? Chile, my boy. Do you feel remorse for the nonsense this madre you were involved in? I would be sitting here and lying to you if I say that I did. You know what I mean? No, not because I'm scandalous or an asshole. I'm still studying the reason for all of that. You know what I mean? Like there's certain urges that I get and certain feelings that I have that I don't know why I feel like even when it comes to this madre, you know what I mean? Like an ordinary person is not supposed to feel any type of joy or any excitement out of stuff like that. It's odd behavior. So the fact that there is you know, like I still have to understand like the reason behind it. You know what I mean? Because obviously there has to be like how could I say like a source to the madness, I guess. Um, you get what I mean? Now, now from a different perspective, now seeing the madness, yeah, it is fucked up. You know what I mean? But if I go back and talking about like my like this madres, no, and I don't understand why. You get what I'm saying? Not saying it like in a scandalous way. I just don't understand why that is. You know, like I know most people could maybe sit here and like say it without actually meaning it, but I never wolf it. Like I never front it. So if I say yeah, I would be lying because I know that it's not true. El Serreno opened the house. Woo woo. What northern city do you like? Which is the northern city that I seen that it was nice, babe? Stockton. Remember we had seen? Probably Stockton. It looks chingón. So I would say Stockton. Because I visited San Francisco, Fresno, and Sacramento, and it reminds me a lot of down here. So, but Stockton looked chingon. That should look beautiful. Anaheim Vatos Locos, most hated out of Anaheim, Cuba. That's right. Shout out to the Vatos Locos out of Anaheim. So you're good. So your goods wouldn't spill. You had to exchange it for coins and buy your goods. Yeah, you know, like back then, like what was the purpose behind all of that? Like who enforced that and for what reason? You know what I mean? Like, because before people were able to travel everywhere and anywhere with no problem, and they were able to pick like whatever crops they wanted or fish wherever they wanted, and then all of a sudden it just became like you had to trade and etc. You know, like why? Like when the land was free for everybody. Like who's to say that this part is yours and for what reason? Like what explanation did they give and like and why did people allow it? It makes no sense. Good night, homie, and stay family respect. Hey, gracias, my boy. Hey, homie, how much you charge to do a video reaction of some rap songs? I don't charge anything, my boy. I do it all for free. I would never do that to my raza. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like I know what it is. You know, before when I was trying to come up, I know how it is when nobody gives you an opportunity or chance. You know what I'm saying? So I would never do that to another individual. My ex stays in your hood on my rap for never knowing. Oh yeah, that's right. That is the hood right there. That's a part of the hood. 8 out of 10 years I've lived where championship has been won to different states. No, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right, huh? With the Giants down here, no? I go back to uh, and stop that old lady. Was it the old lady? No, El Serreno, Lock Street. Woo woo. I never thought of that. Jeez, you got me thinking now. I'm gonna go do a research see if I find something. Well, yeah, like I have done research on it. It kind of leads nowhere. Like I done my digging on that. Because it's always piqued my curiosity. You know what I mean? Obviously, I know it was done by force and for selfish and greedy means. You know what I mean? Somebody basically came and bullied their way in. You know what I mean? Got a bunch of idiots to listen to his madness and followers, pues, and then they just came and conquered pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, you're conquering these civilians who don't have no military training, or probably have never gotten any conflicts ever in their lives, and it's just them and their family. They have like a group of, like, I don't know, let's say 20 men outside, saying this and that. So you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They bullied these rules, and call them laws. What a neighborhood does, what Barrios do out there in the streets, is no different than what the United States did. Absolutely no difference. You know what I'm saying? The United States, when they got here, my boy, they conquered this shit. They slaughtered a bunch of Native Americans, killed them. They conquered this land, claimed it for their own, and wrote down rules and called it America. Really think about it. Think about it like that. A group of men came, slaughtered people around, claimed this shit America, and wrote rules. And that's okay. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. But now when other countries, now when other groups try to do it, like ISIS, for example, it's seen as barbaric and despicable and heinous crimes and everything. Like that's how every other country did it. That's exactly what they did. Why is it okay that these countries did it and not okay when they do it? Why? Because now there's laws in place, and that makes it okay because it happened back then. That's fine. Like, whatever you did in the past is erased then. That's pretty much what they're saying. Like, well, if it happened back then, it doesn't matter now. You get what I'm saying? And that's one argument that people can't come on here and say that it's different, or how's it different? Give me an example. Give me a logical reason, and I'll listen. But they can't. What Varnos do when they come and they claim these turfs is no different than what the United States did. No difference. Why is it okay for them to do it and not nobody else? Why? Because there's laws now? Think about it. Does that really make sense? Don't give me that shit.
What?
It's okay if the white man does it. Like, boy, please. What up, G? What's good with you, Pistol Blaster? Westside Playboys gang up in the house. That's right, King Cobra. Oh, you already know, my boy. Oh, what liquor? You be pounding, G. Nah, I don't. Pura chela. Pure beer. What's up with the peace? I can't discuss that kind of stuff on here, my boy. You know what I mean? What hat does your hood wear? The Rockies, the CR, the Colorado Rockies for Calle Bradford. Well, in Spanish, It's RC or CR. It's seen both ways, one in Spanish, one in English. Can you please shout out Lancaster? Shout out to Lancaster. From the nickel to the dime, from the horn back into the 707, right back to the 77, and to the bay to the A. Whoa, damn, my boy, you could have made that a rap. That's a good. Oh, the hyena, the lion. That's the best way I could describe it. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people don't understand it. They're like, how could you guys be feuding out here, but peace treaty in there? But it's like, well, yeah, if it's just a lion and a hyena, the lion's gonna take flight. But if it's a group of 50 hyenas, then the lion ain't gonna take flight. The lion ain't stupid. It's not that it's scared. It's just that it's not dumb. That's the reality of it. That's right, Shadow. The lion is not scared, but he is also not stupid. Yeah, those are facts, my boy. You know a lion is not scared, homie. A lion is not scared, but at the same time, the lion is not stupid, dog. The greatest warriors out there. It could be Spartacus or Alexander the Great or Napoleon or Bruce Lee or whatever. My boy, if there's 100 fools on the other side of the field, homie, he's gonna play his cards right. You know what I mean? He's not gonna fucking try to, oh yeah, I'm gonna take them all. The numbers will overwhelm you always, my boy. Always. Roman Empire, empires and countries, my boy, their governments crumble because of their citizens, their regular day civilians. Remember, we're talking about countries where they don't eat. They probably haven't eaten in weeks. All they have is like sticks and stones and like forks. You know what I mean? But they still manage because the soldiers get tired of fighting, my boy. They're exhausted. They're paranoid. They constantly always having to battle. They get tired. It's overwhelming because of the numbers that the citizens are able to take control always of their back of their towns or villages or empires or thrones or whatever. You know what I mean? The government realizes that the government has no power, my boy. The people are the ones that have the power. If right now, if everyone agreed to not listen to what the government says, the government has no power. You get what I'm saying? If they tell the police officers to arrest them and the police officers say no, what are they gonna do? If the military says no, we're done fighting. Those in power, what power do they have? They have no power. They only have power because people give them power. They know that. They're not stupid. They know if their people do not listen, they have no power. That's why when people think about these conspiracy theories and talk about they want to kill us all, they want to exterminate us, or want to control. No, they don't. Because then who are they going to rule? Remember, that's egotistic, narcissistic individuals you're talking about, right? From the way it sounds that you want to describe what they're trying to do to its citizens. Who are they going to rule over? And what would be the purpose? If now you eradicate your civilians, so who are you going to rule over? What use would all that money be if now there's no one to spend it and to show it off to who? There's no one around. So what would be the purpose? When people come to the conspiracy theories and all that, it sounds really good. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what would be the purpose though of that? What would be the final motive, the final end game? If now there's no one around. It's like, oh no, it's because they want to control us. Like, why? Yeah, because the military. Think about it like this, my boy. We're in 2021, and in a day where nobody could keep a secret about nothing, my boy. You see all this leak information, leak image, leak everything. No one could keep a secret about nothing. You already know how it is. Nowadays, people can't keep a secret. So you're telling me they have this grand scheme and plan in motion, and everything like that? Because I'm assuming that's a gang of people must know about it, because you're thinking about controlling a mass amount of individuals. So it has to have now a gang of people that are in board. And you think they're not gonna say something to somebody that they know and trust in it? I mean, look at society the way it is. Just look at human behavior in general from past decades records. They always spill the beans, my boy. Always spill the beans. You get what I'm saying? Those are the facts.
5 more minutes and you get to get
People watch too much movies. Of course, in movies it goes down like that. It's a freaking movie. It's a script. The real world does not run like that. Those are the facts. But I'm just saying. It's a pretty cool idea, I guess, for a movie. Puente traes HGV suit. Just check you. Oh, what's good with you, my boy? Shout out to Puente. When you doing one on Oxnard? Actually, Oxnard's coming pretty soon. Big D checking in. Lion sleeps tonight. That's right. Oh, that's right. Huh? That's the Quiet Village song. Shout out to Big D's channel. Go scope him out. And Wes Carson TV. He just did a video on Homie's Neighborhood. It's pretty chingon. Orale, give a Big D. Some with the big. Homie, what's up? From the South Central LA. That's right. Marco's right there representing out the South Central. Whoa. I'm from criminal justice. I'm in criminal justice major trying to help Rasta, and the streets aren't what they see. That's right. I love that. It's good that you're trying to help the Rasta. There's a lot of things that could be done, but the government chooses not to focus in on them. Like they need to, first of all, fund these elementaries and these programs, like after school activities and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Provide some kind of interaction with these children. You know what I mean? To make them feel like a sense of comfort and and bond. When I guess the family can't bond with them or whatever. You know what I mean? Build programs, like therapy lessons and stuff like that to help individuals. But I mean, when they're young, though, this has to start when they're young, though. because that's when all the problems start brewing. It's always when we're young. People see the government's problem is they want us, add all these programs and everything when people are already adults. Don't focus in on the adults. Focus in when they're young before it even reaches to that point. You get what I'm saying? People want to put out the fire when the house is already engulfed in flames. You want to start to put out the fire when the first ember is sparked. What good is trying to now put out the fire when half of the house is in flames? You know what I mean? You can try, but you already know it's going to be a hard battle. If you found out one of your homies was messing with a punk in the pen, be good in the hood. What do you mean, like homosexually or what? Oh, what do you mean? Or like he's messing with someone that's no good in there, or what? Give us shout out to you and your fam. That's right, and shout out to Richmond. Let's get Oxnard on the map, baby. Before I go, bro, I just want to say, I just want you to know, I appreciate you by spreading knowledge about what's going on. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate that, Speedy. What's up, homie? You ready for the Canelo fight? Oh, you already know, Carlos. Canelo's gonna be mopping flows. Vicky's town running. Mis respetos. Effort. Que rifa. That's right, Kazoo. Hey, and much respect to Vicky's town. Canelo's gonna make history. He already has. Homie's a beast. Here and there, aquí nomás, brother. Saludos. That's right. What's your favorite taco and where you get it at? My favorite.
Is there a second thing on the charger?
Yeah.
Here, can you put this on there?
Yeah. My favorite taco is the birria taco from Taco Escabel in Southgate. Juicy, affordable, flavor like none other. Huh, babe? Isn't it the best taco?
Uh-huh.
Taco de birria from Taco Escabel in Southgate on Firestone and State.
Barnia? No, State.
State and Firestone. By where the stupid is at. Chingon, my boy. You can't go wrong. Are you sure about Stockton? Well, it looked nice from the pictures I seen.
70%.
From what we seen in the pictures, I don't know. It looked nice. I don't know. I'm just saying. Hey, well, the pictures they made it look nice, my boy. I seen all kinds of lakes and I don't know what.
Just ask Jesus where that was at.
Oh, where is it nice up there in Northern California? I just seen the pictures from the drone shot and I seen the agua and everything. I'm like, mira, se mira bien nice. You know that they're only gonna show the good parts on the internet, my boy. You can't be scaring people from going to visit your towns either. Been busy, homie, working. Eso that's right. Give a flaco. That's right. Do you think a lot of people don't want to work? Are you seeing that at your job?
A lot of people are lazy and don't want to work.
A lot of people are lazy and don't want to work. The Democrats are foolish. See, the problem with a lot of individuals, why they tend to leave their works and why they don't tend to sweat it as much. Example, how you gonna quit a job if you don't have a job? Can't quit a job if you don't have a job. Or people that say, hey, since you're looking for work, they're hiring right there. Oh, but I don't want to work there. My boy, you don't have a job right now. You don't have an opinion. You don't have a say, so you don't have any options. What you mean you don't want to work there? It doesn't matter if it's Taco Bell, Little Caesars. It doesn't matter. You're getting some form of revenue, some form of income. What you do is you work there until you find something better. No one's telling you to stay there. No one's telling you that has to be your job till you die. But at least work there until you find something better, because at least now you're getting some form of revenue. But see, the reason why they don't choose to look at it, or they don't sweat it that much, or they don't stress about it as much, is because they know that this government's going to give them money, my boy. They know that they're going to get these EBTs and these checks in the mail. And mira. They're cradled, my boy. So what they got to worry about? What do they have to stress? Not a goddamn thing. That's what the Democrats do, because they're idiots. Um, you know what I mean? They think that babying these people is the best way. That's not the solution. And the Republicans' ideas are not the solution either. You know what I mean? They vote for the shit. I would say in the middle. You know what I mean? Create jobs, right? And make billionaires. Yes, they do need a pay cut. What these people are making is outrageous, my boy. Is yes, these are the companies that they built from the ground up. They was their ideas and everything like that. But they cannot make it happen without their employees. You know what I mean? So for them to be getting paid the salaries that they get paid is unreal, unreal. You know what I mean? While these people are struggling to make ends meet, these guys have. What do you need 7 houses for? You know what? I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna dive into it because it always pisses me off. But you know, like create jobs, help those problems, but not by giving them money. That is idiotic to do. But that's what the Democrats love doing. Why? Because they want to be seen as the heroes, as the answers, the salvation.
Did you brush your teeth already?
Because guess what? It's all about their agenda. It's all about them guaranteeing their seats. You know what I mean? Because they're worrying about their own jobs, their own positions. They don't want to lose their seats, and they feel like this is the best way for them to, you know, take control of the Senate and all of that, my boy. Even though they don't realize what they're doing, you know what I mean? Like they're doing more harm than good. But they don't see it obviously because they're focusing on their agenda. And since their agenda is for the greater good, that's why they can't see the errors that they're committing. Because when you think you're doing something good, how are you gonna see that you're making mistakes? Not realizing that you are. You know, your agenda could be for a good thing, you know, and I applaud it. You know what I mean? Because your heart's in the right place. But you're just not seeing all of this desmadre you're doing, though. It always goes back to what I say. If the outcome is good, is it worth the price that you had to pay to achieve it? You know what I mean? You should to react to rapper called Anthony. He's a rapper from Nevada called. He's pretty good. All right. Yeah, I heard of that. That's the one in New York, no? Or is it Chicago? Guavaro has the best tacos. Guavaro has the best tacos, like in the area? Damn, I don't know. I tried a lot of good tacos from a lot of different spots. I'd say Boyle Heights has some pretty good spots, my boy. Taco Leonor? I don't know. Their tacos are pretty fire. What do you do for program time workout? Oh, my boy, we don't even work out, homie. Why am I gonna front right here? I'll be lying and saying if I do, homie. Yeah. One. Two. Have you heard of Lalo Serrano? Oh, hell yeah, my boy. That's the homie right there. Out of 805? Yeah, that's the homie. Where you from? Host. Oh, is that for host or is that for me? The golden rule is hey, who has the gold makes the he who has the gold makes the rules. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, money talks, bullshit walks. M.O.D. Entertainment. Where you from? Oh, it was from Radford Street, a neighborhood in North Hollywood, San Fernando Valley. Out that Radford. Listen, they want me to work on it. Mural respecting Chicano culture. Of course, gang banging is a part of the culture. You mind? Actually, I wouldn't necessarily attach gang banging to Chicano culture. I mean, obviously, it does play a factor, regardless of whoever out there wants to say that is not true and blah blah blah. Shut up. All right, I get it. You don't like. I get it. You don't like gang members. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's something that's bad. I get it. I completely understand that. You know what I mean? I'm with you on that. I'm on the same boat. But you cannot deny that it has some roots to play into it, dog. Regardless of what your feelings is to it. You know what I mean? Um, look, even the greatest, how can I say? The worst events in human history has came with something positive after the aftermath effect. You know what I mean? Um, a lot of people were slaughtered and killed, whatever, but it made it better for now people have more rights than they used to, and etc. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? A lot of people had to pay the ultimate price, but for people to live a better future. Um, you get what I'm saying? So even though it's something that's negative, like there's a positive message behind it. You know what I mean? It's for a better future, I guess. You know what I mean? For people's errors, for people to fix what creates this problem to begin with. You get what I'm saying? That way, the problems don't occur no more. Um, you know what I mean?
David, go to what I said
Hey,
now.
listen. But when I think about Chicano culture, of course, Aztec, Mayans, Inca, um, um, all the Latin countries, obviously Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Peru, Ecuador, Argentina, Mexico, all of
What
that.
I said now.
You know what I mean? It's not all about Mexico when we're talking about like Chicano culture, because Chicano culture is made out of people from South America too. There's a lot of homies that are from Honduras and Guatemala, and it's not all just Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I think people forget that sometimes. Wolvado has the best. Oh, 6 to 6 up in the building. West Side Lancas up in the building. That's right. Listo. Love you too, baby. They stole from Mexico. Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah. I know all about that.
David, make sure you put your pajamas
Now, I wouldn't say steal. I would say that maybe it was so a lot of greedy people in this world. Why the Southside Rivas gang ese cubo? That's right, Christopher, representing out that Southside Rivas. It became wrong when it goes against your violence exploring when it goes against your raza. Oh no, yeah, absolutely. There's no, how can I say, it's not right. I'm not saying that it's right. You know what I mean? Um, there's nothing. How could I say? To say that that there's nothing wrong with what they do. No, of course this lifestyle is horrendous and horrible and shouldn't be happening. You know what I mean? But the thing is, what I'm trying to tell individuals is that, okay, how they say, they blame gangs, right? They blame the gangs, for the raza being in this turmoil that they're in and everything like that. The gangs haven't always existed, my boy. Keep that in mind. Gangs have not always existed. So what was the problem then when the gangs were not there? What created the gangs? Remember, this problem has not gotten fixed because they're not focusing in on the problem. They're blaming the gangs for these individuals turning out the way that they turned out. Could it have not been the same problem that made these people gang members to begin with? Because gangs weren't always around. So what made the gangs to begin with? What was the reason for the gangs forming to begin with? That problem never got fixed, is the reason why it still keeps occurring. But they want to blame the gangs. Okay, what was the problem before the gangs were there? What made them those individuals? Because what made those very individuals, the first ones, is what's been making these individuals till now. You get what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna want to blame them. You get what I mean? Because they're already there. You never want to get to the source of things, because now if you're getting to the source of things before the gangs were even created, right? Because that means that now gang members are not to blame. Now people are gonna have to take responsibility for their actions. And how is it my fault? I'm not a gang member. I'm not a bad person. So it cannot be me. It cannot be how I'm raising them or what I'm doing, because I'm a good individual, because I'm not from no gang. So it must be the gangs. But that doesn't make any sense though, because gangs haven't always existed. So maybe You might want to look in the mirror. But the harsh reality is too overwhelming for these individuals to want to accept. Therefore, they just choose to blame what's so easy to blame. Since this is attached to negativity, of course it's their fault. Not understanding that we don't walk into these people's houses and grab these individuals and bring them and force them into the gangs. They come willingly, homie. And why do they come willingly? It's not the nostalgia behind it. It's not that these individuals wow me that I love you too, baby. That makes me the curiosity of it. It is not. It might catch your attention. It might catch your eye, but it's not the reason why you end up there. You know what I mean? Why do they feel more comfort with these individuals? Why do they feel more more of a bond with these individuals than anywhere else? That's what you gotta be asking yourself. If your kids end up in the streets because they don't want to be home, there's a problem, my boy. Like I've always said, you don't have to be a bad parent. You don't have to be an alcoholic. You don't have to be a drug addict. You don't have to, you could be working two jobs. That's still neglection. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You'll be surprised. The bonding time, the kind words, the affection, the just doing a puzzle together, a board game. How much that goes? It goes a long way compared to you think that you're a good parent because you buy them things. Anybody could do that. Materialistic things. That's not being a good parent. It's because you buy them things. You're in the same household, but what? You're just there. So we'll get it. Get what I'm saying? How do you feel about the vaccine? Well, I don't have a problem with the vaccine. My problem is forcing people to get something they don't want to get. You know what I mean? That is my problem. The vaccine's never been my problem. But it's like you're violating that person's amendments by forcing them to get the vaccine. That is my problem. Um, I don't think the vaccine has. I don't think the vaccine is designed to exterminate us or eradicate us or none of that. You know what I mean? Um, but the fact that they're trying to mandatory to because right, you get the vaccine right, but you can still get the virus even though you get the vaccine right. But they're mandatorying the vaccine for to stop the spread of the virus, but you're still able to get the virus even though you get the vaccine. So what is the purpose of mandatorying the vaccine if you're still able to get the virus? Because the purpose of the mandatory vaccine is to stop the spread of the virus. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but you can still get the virus, so how would that be stopping the spread of the vaccine?
It's just like the flu shot. You get the flu shot, but you can still get the flu.
I know, yeah, but see how they're trying to mandatory. Why don't they mandatory the flu shot then? You get what I mean? Um, that's when they released the okay, Operation Orange. Say no, mama, 66. Uh, I don't think they want to kill all of us, just some of us. Nah, because then if they look, but then if this information is found out, it was gonna blow up in their face, and they know it. And one thing about information, it's only a matter of time before people find it. You know what I mean? And now, how would you gain the trust back of your citizens and stuff like that? It will completely blow up in your face. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? Like the price is too large to pay. I mean, these people are retarded. They're not that retarded. Yeah, what the fuck? I just seen that. What do you think about? I have a question again. I say I don't game being a part of our Chicano culture when you think of Chicano culture. What symbols come to your mind if you don't mind including that? When it comes to Chicano culture, yeah, I think of like, like a lot of different, like, to my, at least into my head, when I think about Chicano culture, what comes into my head is, a lot of Aztec, Mayan, and Inca culture. Um a lot of like Latino unity, right? Like Salvadorian, Guatemalan. But that's only because, how can I say, when we're coming out of the struggle, right? Not all my homies are Mexicans. You get what I'm saying? Like, my homies are white, my homies are black, my homies are from Guatemala, my homies are from Honduras, my homies are from El Salvador. You get what I mean? And we're coming from the same struggles, the same, battles and everything like that. So I think of like unity amongst raza, you know what I mean? Um, like stuff like that. Now, when people talk about like lowriders and Dickies and Ben Davis, that to me is not like more Chicano culture. That to me is more like barrio culture. Because it's not the same, you know what I mean? Because not all Chicanos are gang members, so it's like, so to attach them together, it's like, yeah, but they're not gang members though, so that's like barrio culture, Chicano culture. But I do understand, because obviously you're proud to be Chicano, you're proud to be around, but you're from a barrio, so you can see why, they would go hand in hand, But they're two different things though. Um, because when you involve them together, that's kind of like you're saying that all Chicanos are gang members, when that's not true though. You know what I mean? So how could you call it that that's the culture if they're not all gang members though? So it's like, how is that a part of the culture then? So that's why I think of barrio like culture, and then there's Chicano culture, because you can't mix them together, because for the very reasons I just explained though. You get what I'm saying? At least in my opinion though, that's just my opinion and point of view. You know what I'm saying? Because there's Chicanos out there that are proud Chicano in the movement. They never joined a gang. They were never a part of the gang. You know what I mean? Uh, the military and police are brainwashed and paid to take orders. Yeah, but you have to keep this in mind. Now, when the orders are now for the masses, they still have cousins, uncles, brothers, mothers, sons, daughters, nephews, nieces that they love with all their heart. And they now know, if this is being in effect, then it potentially is gonna harm one of their relatives or one of their family members. And I don't know about you, but there's no brainwashing in the world, that's good enough to, make these individuals not care for their loved ones, because it could, remember, because they have family all over the place. So it could potentially happen to their tia, their cousin, and this and that, and they're gonna be fine with that? No, right? Yeah. They're not gonna be cool with, like, this could potentially be, it could happen to my cousin, my niece, my daughter, my daughter's best friend, or any of that. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? Um, in the movies, obviously, because it's scripted, it runs like that. But in real life, you got to think about it. Well, they have family out there. You know what I mean? And their family could be potential one of these casualties, and they're gonna be fine with that. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't know, that paycheck better be like, like pretty large. And even then, I don't think, I know people are greedy, but I don't think that they're that greedy. Broke the pookie. Damn, my boy used a light bulb. Or a can. Um, no, we're talking about that. He said, finish the football. What up? Oh, Playboy 1300 up in the building. Go scope out homie right there. Go check out his channel. He drops feed me music. I feel Chicano culture has to drop the gang culture. But see, Chicano culture and gang culture is two different cultures. It's not the same culture. What kind of culture cannot drop the game? Banking, because that's where a lot of the political movements began, with the suit rise in the 40s, 50s, 60s. It played a factor. It played a factor. You know what I mean? Um, the gangs played a factor because they were defending their people. You know what I mean? Because no one else was defending us. That they defended us. Um, but see, those events and what it is now is two different things, though. You know what I mean? If there's ever a common enemy as large like that is threatening to harm our people, of course these individuals are going to unite to defend their, their race. Um, you know what I mean? But those are just like certain events that happen, that made it that way. But to say that it goes hand in hand, like painted the whole entire road forward, like that is not true. You know what I mean? Just in certain scenarios. Real talk. Saludos. That's right. I know it's not. They just cut them before they cook them. And they're looking at a catchy body for the serio. It's easy to control a mass amount of individuals. Yes, it is. 8 out of 5, 9% of people do not know what to do with themselves. They need someone to tell them what to do. Sadly, yes, that is very true. It is more easy to control people when they are in the masses. That is very true. Um, but when we're talking about something of this magnitude, um, you know, even the dumbest of the dumbest, are not that dumb. Um, you know what I mean? Because remember, like you said, a majority of them only worry about themselves, right? They don't know what to do with themselves. So now they're thinking of this, right? And like the group now, now the numbers are gonna start shrinking. So now the reality is gonna hit that it's like, oh man, what's gonna happen if I'm just stuck solo, bolo, and and if anything, by then, since they're this way, I'm assuming paranoia will start hitting. You know what I mean? And if anything, we'll just like go the other route. And I'm hungry now. So BJ sounds like I was like, man, maybe real words does run like that. It runs sadly. It runs like that. Script, because the script is propaganda 101. It feeds somebody enough certain information, they follow it. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's true because think of it like this: if I could see what they're up to, and you obviously could see what they're up to, now you already know. Now me and you could see this, and I'm assuming other people in the comments also could see it. So meaning we're not the only ones. Now we have a gift and we're special. We're not that special. Meaning that there is thousands of people more out there that could see the very exact same thing that we see it. And you should already know that you can never keep you cannot domesticate humans. Humans are not you cannot humans are like zebras. You could domesticate a horse, you cannot domesticate a zebra. You cannot domesticate a human. There's a reason why serial killers don't hunt in groups. They just can't get along. You know what I mean? Narcissistic behaviors like that, because in order for you to run your stuff like that, you must be a narcissist, or a psychopath or a sociopath. Either way, you have narcissistic tendencies. You're not going to be able to keep everyone in line. You get what I mean? There's going to be people always getting out of line, stepping out of line. You know where's the evidence? Just look at history. The Nazi Party, the Genghis Khan, the Roman Empire, the Ottoman Empire. That's those are the facts. That's all the evidence you need to know that it will never happen where one individual powerhouse will forever. Even in North Korea, they struggle to keep their grip on their civilians. That's stuff that you don't see being covered in the media and stuff like that. And like William Shatner said, as long as man dies, then evil shall never prevail. If you get the metaphor behind that. If a dictator dies, obviously, then his reign dies along with him. And even though he could leave it to his son will probably be not as brutal as him. And then his son dies, and then their next son is in power, and he's less than the son. So eventually peace will come. At the end of every storm, the sun always shines. You could cut a tree down, but give it time, and the tree shall grow. Uh, you know what I mean? Hey, people got the metaphor behind that. All right, homie. I send much love and respects. Gotta get to work tomorrow. Come. Homie. All right, gracias, Chucky. I appreciate that, my boy. Shout out to Tortilla Flats, Harbor area. Nice place is not so nice place, G. Damn it. Jesus said it's not nice, babe. Damn internet. I feel you were coming. City struggle, but good. Oh, that's 100% all facts. Some of our revenue. What say do you have? Uh, oh, we have no say so right here. We just another YouTuber. I the man said it. That's right. I have a question to all of you, if you guys don't mind me answering. When you think of Chicano culture, what symbols come to mind? Oh yeah, hey, help homie right there. Think of Chicano culture things. Work union. So you're a politician. No, hell no. I don't believe in politics. Hell no. I belong to no political party. I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat, not a liberal, not a conservative. How could I say? Left wing, right wing, same bird, as the homie Punch put it. It's the same shit. No political party is right. They're all wrong. They all have their agendas. We're the rope, and they're playing tug of war, and we're just the rope. You know what I mean? Um, the agenda of the political parties is to not let the other political party win. And right now, they're acting like immature children that just want to rub it into the face of the opposition that, ha ha, we won, you guys lost. That's what this literally became. It became like kindergarten rules. Um, you know, politics literally became gangs. You either belong to the right side or you belong to the left side. If you roll with them, then you ain't down with us. Like, and what kind of democracy runs like that? As far as I remember, if you were a Republican, you were able to vote on some Democratic bills, and if you were a Democrat, you were able to vote on some Republican bills. Would there be no problems? But nowadays, you can't do that, because now if you do that, all of a sudden it's seen like if you're betraying your party, and it's outrageous. You know what I mean? Like, holy crap! Like, what happened here? In general, Hispanics are conservatives. We learn more Republican whether we know it or not. Oh yeah. It's not that we lean more Republican. Maybe some of their ideologies and stuff like that. Like I have said, I think the best way of viewing this is if people belong to no political parties, right? I think the way that people process information nowadays is ridiculous. They spend thousands of hours researching or listening to just one side, like it's always one sided. When it's like, if you're viewing anything, right, if any bills or any new laws or anything like that, you have to view it from both sides without being biased. You know what I mean? As many videos as you watch Republican is as many videos you should watch that are Democratic, and then you give your final, you know answer of like, what is your answer, instead of, because when it's one-sided, that no longer is your answer. That's their answer that they convince you not to repeat. That's not your ideas. It's not your thoughts. That's theirs that they just now put into your head. Um, you know what I mean? If I watch five Republicans explaining their bills and actions, then I'll watch five Democrats, explaining theirs, and then now I get my final opinion. Not one more than the other, because then now that allows one side to convince you more than the other. If you spend more time with one thing, obviously it's gonna have more time to convince you otherwise. Um, like I said, I'm a gamer from the streets. They ain't gonna brainwash me. like like I don't just do it because I hear all the arguments that people make, whether it's Republican or Democrat. They're all one sided, bro. Always one sided. That's when I know it's like, next, like this person clearly has an agenda. Um, The fact that you can't give the opposition their dues is already a red flag in general. You should already know that there's a problem if the opposition is talking nonstop shit about the opposite side. What good could come out of that when they're already talking nothing but madness? You know what I mean? How these people now conduct themselves when we're talking about politics is ridiculous. Name calling, cursing, and they expect me to believe them and to respect their opinions and points of views and that they have the answer. It's ridiculous. Nah. If you can't give your enemies, your ops, their dues, my boy, then clearly you full of shit. Real talk. I seen it. The people that support the movements are those that been in government assistance since childhood and parents always listen, helping them. Cholo fit. That's right. It's a creeper. But they don't care. They just need your vote. Yeah. The reality of it. They honestly don't care. They don't care about the people. It's foolish to think so. Look, to be honest with you, it's point blank like this. Biden don't give a fuck. Trump don't give a fuck. Last Nancy Pelosi and Chuck don't give a fuck. Just like Ted Cruz and Ricky Rubio and Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump, they don't give a fuck. All these individuals don't give a fuck, dog. Point plain and simple. They only care about their agendas, their seats, taking care of their jobs, pues. And obviously to not let the other side win. You see how much they just like, how can I say, how scared they are for the other side to like take control of the Senate and everything, like how they be shaking in their boots now, how it's like the worst thing that could ever happen. Like, oh my god, if the Democrats take over, that's it, we're done for. And Republicans as well. I mean, and Democrats as well. Like, oh, the Republicans, that's it, it's game over. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, dog, fuck. Like, what happened to this democracy? You know what I mean? It's funny. Have you heard of Most Wanted Familia rapper Enemy from the Oxnard? Yeah, actually, yeah, I have. Wait, Enemy? No, I don't think I have. At the 805? No. To everyone, when you hear the word Chicago Code, what's the first that comes to mind? Yeah, but it's kind of hard to just look at something and draw ID to stay. Oh no, I know. Yeah, I don't have like that. You know that skill. That's actually a chingon ability you have in a talent. I would exchange my rapping skills for drawing skills any day, any given day. Um, I think it's phenomenal what these individuals are able to do. Um, you know, I tip my hats off to you. You know what I mean? I look up to individuals like you that are actually doing something with your talent, something positive. You know, you have a real gift. Let no one ever tell you otherwise and tell you different or ever put you down. Um, those are real skills, and that's actually doing something for this culture because the gangs ain't doing it. uh, Homies could lie to themselves, but I mean, it is what it is. Is George Lopez still funny? He hasn't been funny in a long ass time. He became political just like the rest of the world. Look, you can't bitch about politics nonstop, and then you choose to do nothing about it though. Um, like what good is all that bickering though if you're not gonna do nothing about it? Um, like, see, me is different. I'm giving my honest opinions when people are asking me these questions. He, on the other hand, is going out there and putting himself out there and speaking this, and that. Like, okay, what are you gonna do about it then? Um, I could only voice my opinions when I'm being asked. You know, what's my thoughts on these subjects. But when you're actually going out there and saying blah 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 blah, but choosing to do nothing about it, it's like, okay, then what the hell is the whole purpose of bringing it up for? Ben having you, that's right. Shout out to all the streets: Agnes, Moretta, Hines, Gentry, Simpson, Morella, Dehan, both. Obviously Radford. Uh, yeah, well, I grew up on Ben Avenue and moved to Westside Lancaster. That's right, my boy. Yeah, that's the spot right there. Got a lot of homies that lived on Ben. Um, Clover up in the house. That's right. Do you play GTA online? Well, I play a lot of games online, but now I don't have GTA. How you feel when Kobe passed? Oh, I was devastated, my boy. That was the goat, at least in my opinion. I thought, well, to me, Kobe Bryant was the goat. You know what I mean? It was like actual. Cause I'm a big, I'm a big Lakers fan and I'm a big Mamba fan, so that was grave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, gracias, Kilo. I appreciate it. It's funny because I haven't always thought like this. You know what I mean? Is we lived and learned. You know what I mean? We made a shitload of errors, committed all kinds of mistakes, but we learned from them. See, what people have to understand is that you shouldn't be scared to make mistakes. Mistakes are gonna happen. We're human beings. You know what I mean? Of course, we're gonna commit errors. That's normal. Committing errors is normal. You know what I mean? You're gonna make mistakes in this world. To think that you don't ever make mistakes, or you're not gonna make mistakes is ridiculous. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes because it makes you a better person because you learn from them. It's only stupid if you make the mistake and you don't learn from it. But if you learn from it, how are you stupid? It's only gonna make you a better person. It makes us who we are now. To nowadays, you know what I mean? We know now to not do those things because of what happened, and it makes us better. Now we could provide the lesson and pass it down forward. That way they don't commit the same errors that we made. You know what I mean? So you should never worry or never feel ashamed or bad that you made a mistake because everyone makes mistakes. To think that they don't is ridiculous. Um, you get what I mean? It's only gonna make you a better individual. You know what I mean? If you don't learn from it, then that's a different story. But you shouldn't be ashamed or worried that you're gonna make a mistake because mistakes are gonna occur. You know what I mean? We're only human. Um, there's no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing as a human being out there that has never made a mistake ever in their life. That's normal. Um, to think that is not normal, that is not the normal part. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think that making mistakes is not normal, like, something wrong with you. Those are the people that need therapy. When you have to draw with a marker on a map to say that a hurricane hit a location that it didn't, I mean, there's some problems, my boy. That was a president. Fuck. I said my shadows haven't stopped by in a while. Italiano. Oh, hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. Out that 559. And when it representing 80s, 80 North Hills. That's right. Representing 818 up in the house. Woo woo. Out the other NH, the North Hills. Bam bam. Sergio right there. So how come you don't believe there's something fishy about that? Just the bigger picture, right? Like the overall, like what is the final plan? Like what is the final agenda? Like what would be the purpose? I haven't not been able to see not one thing where people have convinced me where it's like that makes logical sense. You know what I mean? Because there has to be a purpose for any agenda, for any idea that anybody has out there, for any plot plan, any of that. There has to be, a finale, right? There has to be an end game, pues. Like what's the final plan though? Like what is the purpose? And it has never made any sense for control, for money, like. But then now if we start now, breaking that down, it all falls apart though. Because remember, the reason why people want Versace, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Louis Vuitton, and all of that is for others to know that they have money. You know what I mean? That's the reason why they get these brand name things. Because there's other things out there that are expensive, but the reason why people don't grab it is because nobody knows that those things are expensive. Therefore, what good is you buying $1 million item if no one knows that it costs $1 million? That's the reason why individuals don't chase that. The reason why all these people get the same shit like Louis Vuitton, Versace, is because people know that that's expensive. People know that that's worth money. And that is what people are chasing. The approval of individuals that they don't even know, complete strangers. They want people to see that they have money, that they have achieved the status, that they are elite levels high. That is the purpose of all of this. For people to recognize their status. Now, if you start eradicating people or brainwashing, what good is reaching that status now if people don't even give a fuck, or if there's any to even care at all? What good is having all the money in the world if you enslaved everybody? You can't spend it, you can't, like, what good is it? And now that means that there will be only one sole head honcho. And with so many narcissistic people in the world, remember, narcissist is not going to take an L. He is not going to stand by and lose. A narcissist will refuse to lose. So you're going to get those individuals that are clashing for that number one seat. You know what I mean? Therefore, I don't see how it's possible. The same reason why I say even the most scandalous people on the planet, like serial killers, that's why they don't hunt in groups. The evilest person on this planet, it would only have to be one. There cannot be two, because then they're just going to be clashing for each other. And to enslave all of humanity, that's going to take a lot of people. This is the reason why the Nazi Party fell. And the reason why every other empire that has tried to do that has fallen. And even from cults, you know what I mean? From those satanic bastards that, you know what I mean? That were only able to get certain individuals to fall for their, their manipulation. Yes, it's easy to control in the masses, like how they do in cult groups. But you see how even they have their limits. Their arms could only reach a certain amount. All of them have limitations, because we're talking about a gang of people, and not all people are gullible. Not all people are, and not all people are going to sit back and allow this to occur. You know what I mean? Yes, military gets paid to do, or so does law enforcement, but not all of them are gullible. Not all of them are willing to. You know where's the proof in that? The fact that not all law enforcement officers are willing to get the vaccine shot. The fact that not all military staff is willing to get the vaccine shot. That's all the proof you need. You see them that they're saying, fuck that, I'm not going to get it. But you see that some of them are saying that, yeah, I'm going to get it. You see? Not everyone's going to be down with the plan. Not everyone's all aboard. You know what I mean? It's so easy to believe that it might occur because, yes. Put it like this. If aliens came right now, if aliens invaded our planet right now, if they landed, 9 times out of 10, everybody would think that they're coming to eat us or attack us or kill us. Why? Why can't they just come at peace? As much as they could come to kill us, as much as they could come to be friends with us. There's no evidence that says otherwise. What, movies? Those are fictional. That man created out of their head. It has never occurred for people to say that there's some solid proof to this or anything like that. This came out of the mind of human beings. The same individuals that have been slaughtering each other for centuries. Of course, we're going to be able to concoct some shit like this. You know what I mean? But who's to say that other organisms are the same like that? They have the same, thoughts. So as much as they could come to eat us is as much as they could come to make at peace with us. But the fact why a majority of people out there will think that, they're going to come to kill us or enslave us and stuff like that is because that's already what's been put in your heads by cinema. So, of course, when all this vaccine and all that, people are going to think the worst or think of the enslavement because that's what cinema has been put into our heads since forever. You want to know why a lot of these countries think that all gang members or all Mexicans are racist and rapists and gang members? Because they have never met a Mexican. They don't hang out with Mexicans. All they could go based on is what movies, TV shows, and radio has been teaching them. And what has they been teaching them? Mexicans only play the gang members, the cartel guys, the crack addicts and all that on TV shows and all that. They never play the law enforcement officer or the good guys or nothing. They play all the negative parts. So that's the reason why in all these states that have no Latinos in them, they think that we're rapists and murderers and drug dealers because that's what's been fed to them their whole entire lives. So cinema has been feeding all these ideas into individuals' heads since forever. There's a reason why it's so easy and so believable. Doesn't make it facts. Where's the super chats, bro? Actually, believe it or not, YouTube does not allow me to get any kind of income like that or nothing like that. They be hating on my channel, bro. Why that is, I have no idea. A lot of what other channels are able to do, I just can't do on my channel because YouTube, my channel gets reported a lot. Why? I don't know. There's individuals that just don't like my honesty. They don't have to hear, but yet they linger around all the time. It's ridiculous, actually, to be honest with you. I'm from the LA County, born and raised, but ain't no place like the Bay. That's right, my boy. Ain't no place like home. Shout out, so what? Category or Mexican Americans. Well, there's no such thing though, because America. Well, Mexico was a part of America, so it's like I was just saying Mexican. You know what I mean? But of course, people are not gonna. No, you're not. You're like damn. I wouldn't even say anything at all because if anything, no lands belong to nobody in general. This is like human beings were just meant to roam around. You know what I mean? Like to box people in was ridiculous. I'm gonna start a new culture. I'm gonna call it Los Marihuanos. Eso, hijo. It's 11. Serio, huh? Repent and believe in Christ. Why? Why do I have to repent though? Who's to say that I'm out here polluting or speaking sin or committing sins or anything like that? You know what I mean? To assume that it's a sin itself. Ta-da! Um, that blows the mind, huh? Because that's the reality of it. I'm from the outskirts of the inner cities where the police come quick. What a homie, saludos. Ese midget out the 213. What's good with you, my boy? Hey, it's nice to see you. Hey, likewise, Telly. Happy second day, G. Happy second days to you, my kind sir. Did you embrace your Yeah, I guess. I don't see no problem with it. I don't understand why a lot of people have a problem with it. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Some individuals are just a trip. You know what I mean? Like, no, you can't acknowledge them and embrace that. Like, okay, why? Have you heard of the skull? Have you heard of the skull and bones? No, actually, I haven't. I don't trust them. I don't trust. I don't trust anybody. Who loves you, baby? National City, California, up in the casa. That's right, jack of all trades. Just like we all believe in some form of politics. Those even gangs are political. Yes, this is true. Humanity in general needs something to put their faith and trust in the higher being, for guidance. Some use religion, some use politics, some use gangs, some use, whatever methods, clubs, fraternity groups, some use political movements like Black Lives or Black Panthers or Brown Berets, but it's always into something. It's human beings wanting to belong. It's in our nature, you know. We want to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of, you know, a sense of, you know, being a part of something. You know what I mean? Like actually feeling some kind of bond and type of affection. From the most even hardest, scandalous, like I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I don't care if anybody likes me. I don't need nobody. The fact that they're saying that should already tell you that he lying like a motherfucker. That's the reality of it. Everyone wants affection. Everybody wants love. That's the reality of life. It's in our nature. It's how humans are created. Not only humans, creatures in general. Even animals need a sense of packs and herds and family. If not, you see when you see a creature by himself, you know how they just die. Even with a human being committing suicide. You know what I mean? It's how we're programmed. Reality. You know what I mean? That's what creates every problem from serial killers, drug dealers. If you look at Ted Bundy, John Gacy, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, Al Capone, Young Gotti, the main heads of any of these gang organizations, um, Chapo Guzman, you're probably wondering like, what are they all? They're all different. Like, what do they have in common? Yes, even though some are dictators, some are mobsters, some are gang members, some are drug traffickers, some are serial killers. They share one thing in common. That's their uprising. They all had troubled childhoods. You know what I mean? They all suffer some form of neglection in their lives. Not all necessarily bad. You know what I mean? They didn't have to be beaten or starved or anything like that. Some of them came from a home with a mother and father that both worked. They worked nonstop, meaning the kid was neglected, felt no love, felt like there was no structure, no family bond, no none of that. You know what I mean? So that already feeling like you're unwanted. Like when you're going to school, all your friends are talking about all the activities that they have with their parents and all the good times, and you're wondering why you don't have the same, stories to share. You know what I mean? And now when you go to the streets and now there's people out there that feel the same things that you feel, and now you create this bond and brotherhood, and now you just take out you lash out your anger on society. Now you want society to feel everything that you have always felt. It's a domino effect. Get what I'm saying? But of course people are not gonna want to own up to being bad parents. Fuck that. You're gonna tell me that I'm a bad parent. You're a gang member, what do you know? I guess. I guess a gang member wouldn't know what makes a gang member, huh? We're gonna take advice from the people that are not gang related at all. They know what makes a gang member. It's other gang members. Yes, because I remember them walking into my front living room and taking me by force and jumping me in. Society's funny. But keep blaming the bad guy. Like Scarface says, you need me. You need somebody to blame. Those were facts, what he was saying in that line. You know what I'm saying? Gangs haven't always existed, like I have said. There's something that made them to begin with. And it wasn't other gang members because gangs weren't around, so that's the harsh reality of it. Hey, but what the hell do I know? I'm just one of these stupid gang members. Alright, well, I've been in here long enough, almost 2 hours. Hey, I'm out. Gracias for sticking around and hearing me rant like always. But nah, I hope that I help answer some people's questions and just give my opinion. Remember, these are all my opinions. Just what I think. I don't think that this is right or my points of views are the right ones or anything. These are just my thoughts. You know what I mean? So don't get your panties in a bunch. They're just my thoughts. I'm not trying to pass it as the truth. Just give me my ideas. Shadow, we out.